Hello YouTube. Here we have a very good sunshine today. Clear sky. If you look at the sky, maximum output from solar. I can't look at the sun at the moment. I'm closing my eyes literally. So I want to make a demonstration. Let's see. So here you can see it's about 45 amps outside. Okay, so I'm charging with only solar. Okay, so to make this demonstration, you can see here those are 6 panels coming in. This is 440 watts, 6 panels coming in from the roof, and here I have 9 amps. 1.67 is coming in. I have my loads, and the load is taking part of that, and you can see I'm only charging with 40 amp hours. So 44 amp hours is going into the batteries right now. Okay, so you can see the sun has been constant, and I'm demonstrating how you can use voltage to regulate your charging. Okay, so I'm currently charging at 40 amps. Why? Because I'm charging at above 28 volts. I was looking at my charging current and I was like, why is the sun so clear like this and I can't get more than 32 amps? So I now noticed that the voltage I'm seeing on the inverter is quite high, and then it's just float charging. Okay, so let's go. You can see only solar now. So I'm going to the charging voltage, so you can see what I set to give me 42. So I'm charging at 28.8 on the inverter. Okay, 28.8 and floating at 28.6, just to have this maximum power from the panel. Okay, so if I come here now and reduce this, so I'm reducing this to 28 volts. So if I reduce this to 28 volts, which I charge with, you will see how that current will drop down. So here you can see I set that. So I go back to my float. So I also put my float on 28 volts. So this is how I charge. Okay, so this is how I charge. Now watch what is going to happen. So can you see what is happening? The power dropped from a whopping 1.8 kilowatt to 1.46. Could not get more than 38 amp hours going into the battery. Why? Because I have limit my charging voltage to 28 on the inverter. It's not tracking the VMP of the panels. Okay, so it's tracking somewhere around VOC because it's not taking full advantage of what the panels can produce. So you can see it has reduced in current. So you can see here I only have 204 volt from the panel because the MPPT is not kicking in fully because it's only working halfway. So you can see 7 amps coming from the PV, only 7 amps. So the fan from the inverter is kicking down. Now I'm going to change that settings and watch what will happen to this charging current. Okay, so the sun, the sky is very clear now, so this is the best time to do this demonstration. So you can see at 28 volts we cannot do more than 36 amp into this battery. So if I change that now, so I'm charging at maximum of 80 amps, but the voltage I was charging with limited what can go into the battery. So let's go. Going back to increase the voltage now. So some of you might be limiting your charge power from the solar just because you are charging too low. So instead of charging at some people even go as low as 27.6. so you are killing your harvest by reducing your charging voltage. Okay, so I'm increasing this back to 28.8. so I'm increasing this back to 28.8 as well, because lithium batteries does not float, constant current and constant voltage. So you can see this is tracking correctly. So now it's tracking correctly now. So instead of having 200 volts, it's tracking accordingly. So now you can see it's still tracking. So it will give me maximum power now because I've increased the, so you can see, so this is about 184, which is what is meant to be, because it's taking full advantage of what is coming from the PV now. So you can see what I'm generating now, what is going into the battery. Just by raising the charging voltage, I'm able to get 51 amp hours from this battery and from the panels. Okay, so you can see this is tracking accordingly. So it's tracking and it's staying at close to the VMP of the panels. The VMP of that panel is 32, so if you multiply 32 by 6, you should get somewhere around 184, 186 thereabout, which is correct. That means it's tracking maximum, and so you can see it's tracking again. So the sun is going down a bit, but you can see now I'm getting way above 36 amp hours because I have increased my charging voltage 10 amps coming from the panels, and you can see 1.89 coming from the panel. This is like going 0.25C. Then I can also go to settings 2. So if I go to settings 2, which is saying 80 amps here, I can reduce this to even 20 amps. Even if my panel is able to generate more than that, I will reduce this. So you can see now I don't want the panel to even do 1.8 kilowatts. So you can see it has reduced, and it limited my charging to only 20 amps. So even though I have the potential of generating more than this, I can only charge with 20 amps into the battery. So this is why I love hybrid. Okay, this is why I love hybrid inverters. You can actually control what is going into the battery by either setting the voltage or setting the maximum charge current. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. So you can see this is the PV voltage has gone back to 200 because it's not working to its full capacity. Okay, so the panel is not tracking the VMP at the moment. It's only tracking the VOC because it's not doing its full MPPT. So we are limiting what the panel can generate because we are limiting what is going into the battery. So at every point in time, as long as I produce more than 20 amps to charge and to power my load, this will only charge at 20 amps, and there's no risk of overcharging the batteries. But for now, I want to see how much power I can get from my panels. So I want to know the maximum power I can get from the panels. So I go full throttle now. So I set it back all the way to 80 amps or 100. So okay, then that is it.